So I have been thinking a lot about lately to bringing back my older series called Playing with Your Old Makeup or something kind of similar to that. If you're not new to my channel, I have been doing like a lot of shorts and stuff lately. I do play with some new stuff too, obviously, but I really do enjoy playing with my collection. But I know that I don't know, I really did enjoy the series that I did before, and I really want to bring it back, especially with some brands that I really do appreciate. And to be honest, I think a lot of us have older stuff in our collection or whatever that we really just want to play with. One thing I will say, I guess, to kind of get us started, if you're curious, what I'm going to consider older makeup is basically 6 months or older. I know that's not that old technically, but I think in the makeup space, because there is always so much stuff coming out, I am just going to kind of consider it that. Also, just to make it kind of easier for myself so that I don't feel rude, I guess, if I pick something that came out only a couple months ago and then call it old. Again, like I said, it's not necessarily old. What we are starting with today, I would consider fairly old. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. So today, we're playing with the SUGARPILL. This is the capsule collection, I think, that they had. So I do have number 1 here. I actually do have a video or a short that should be coming out soon, if it's not already out, playing with one of their other, I believe it's the Capsule 2 collection, or the Capsule 2 palette, but I wanted to bring this back as an OG, kind of a lovely palette, and I also really want to try to play a bit more with a different color story that I normally go for. You can probably see maybe the greens in here have pan, which is amazing, but I think that with the other shades that I don't use as much, a big thing with doing this is kind of stepping out, creating looks that I would not normally do. I did that with the other palette. I created a more neutral look, which is something if you know, I don't really do often, or neutral for me again, because I tend to do a bit more exaggerated regardless of the colors that I do, but I thought kind of mixing that in there as well is really just going to help me, for one, feel like I'm getting more use, but also just show me and help me see different looks. And I'm hoping as well that it will help you kind of see some different looks that you can create with your palettes. Now, if you are not new to my content, you might see some recreated looks, I guess I would say, or looks that I have done in the past. And one thing that I do kind of want to say, and I don't think this is like an everyday thing, or like most of us people, when we wear our makeup, I think it is quite normal probably to wear a very similar look every single day. But I do feel a lot of times in the makeup space, I've never really heard anybody actually talk about this, but I personally myself find a pressure that I have to create something completely brand new every single time. And I think that I really kind of want to bring forth, recreate looks. If there's a look that you really, really, really love, like a look that I've filmed before, but I think that it needs to be brought back, or I really want to bring it back, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm not gonna be, obviously, it'll probably be from years ago, right? And so I think that it is actually kind of cool to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I loved creating this look. Granted, today we're going to create something different that I don't think I've ever done with this palette, but I think that it's something exciting. And that way too, if you want to see, possibly maybe you have seen that look from me in the past, because there were times where all I did was just post to Instagram and did just stills. So that tutorial aspect was kind of missing from that. If you necessarily, if you kind of want to see that. So this kind of more gives you an in-depth if you do want to see that. But I'm going to stop blabbering-ish. Love to chat so freaking much, but ideally I don't want this video to be so freaking long. So as I said, we are starting with the Capsule 1 palette. I am really thinking of, like I said, focusing kind of on this side. My main plan is to use the purple and this lavender shade. Nope. This lavender shade here. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use this shade or this shade in my brows. I just did the purple with the lavender, which if you're new to my channel, it's something I kind of do every single day, is the shadows that I use. I'm going to use in the look. This does have a blush. Now, it's a personal preference. I might use this as a shadow, I'm not sure. But I'm really kind of tempted to use this one because I never use this shade. I don't know. I guess we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and create something on this eye real quick, and then we will come back and create it on this side. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. So I'm sure you can tell that I changed my lip. I feel like this palette and what I thought it was going to give just isn't. It's definitely giving a more soft look, which I don't hate. That's why I just need to change the lip, because I just thought it looked kind of odd. But anyways, let's go ahead and start off with this purple shade here. I really feel like this look and or this palette is definitely giving spring vibes, which is actually really pretty, and especially because the time period that we are in, spring is kind of just around the corner. Like, it's literally about to be March soon, or I guess the day I'm filming this, tomorrow, literally is March 1st. Like, February is flew by so fast. I really want to know, tell me your thoughts. What kind of, weather person are you? I tend to prefer cooler weather. I'm trying to be okay with, warm weather. But I do feel like a lot of people prefer really warm weather. Probably the one thing I'm enjoying about it, maybe getting warmer / time changing or whatever you want to call it, is that it is staying brighter later at night, which is nice. For a while, I was going out at 5 o'clock and it'd be pitch black, and I'm like, not pitch black, but it would be kind of hard to see. And I did not like that. Definitely annoying. Okay, so I have our lovely purple laid down. Now, I will say the colors that I did go in with, these two, so this one and this one, I don't feel like go super well together, but I was still able to make it work, which is nice. So I am going to go ahead and take this pinky shade. I'm actually kind of tempted to see what I'd be able to create with these here. To be honest, though, I feel like I want to pull in a brown. I don't really feel like any of the other colors would work well with it. So I might have to do that and use one of their other palettes. So I'm just going to be taking that shade and working it throughout my crease. It's just a really pretty, rosy shade. And it blends out this purple really well. I did go ahead and put the blush on, as blush. I don't know if you can tell, but I do really like it. I really want to know, where SUGARPILL has gone. I feel like they were around for a minute, and now, I just haven't seen anything from them. And it's honestly pretty sad, because I really did enjoy what they did, especially in the beginning times for the color world. I hope that they're not, closing down. I hope that they are able to innovate something in the future to keep them alive. Okay, so that kind of just blurred out the purple. I'm just going to go ahead and re-intensify that real quick. And then next, I'm just going to take the lavender shade, same brush, just into this inner part of the eye. Might take it around the rest of the eye a little bit. I've been so tempted lately to do more kind of vintage makeup. I really would love to do a very, I think we're synonymous with twiggy kind of eye look. I think a shade like this all over the eye. And then that famous eyeliner would be so cool. But holy cow, if you've never tried it before, what is it intimidating? But I should give it a shot. Okay, I did just take it around the rest of the eye. I'm going to go ahead and just take a big fluffy brush. Though I do love this lavender, I feel like it is pretty strong compared to that more pinkier shade. That's okay. Just want to make sure everything is pretty blended. And then I am going to go ahead and take a glitter primer. I'm assuming it's because maybe these shimmers are a bit older, possibly. A glitter primer is just really helping them to shine. So I'm just using the Gourmand Girls glitter primer. Apply that to the lid. And then I'm going to go ahead and dip in with this shade right here. This one is actually really pretty. It has, clearly you can see, a really nice shine to it. I do think that the primer, though, really helps to bring out those shiny aspects. I would love to know how many of you still have this in your collection. I always, I get tempted to put this in my retired palettes, but I don't know, there's something about it that I keep coming back to and I want to get more love out of. Okay, we're going to go and take this shade right here. Same thing. Now, this one does not have the shine, but it has this, I don't even know how you explain it, this glow to it. It's a very unique shade in my collection. I don't think I actually have any quite like this, where it has, I think maybe one from Gourmand Girls is pretty similar, where it does have a kind of glow that I think is really pretty. And I'm going to go and take that lavendery shimmer shade just under my brow bone. So again, give it a nice amount of glow. Alright, here is the finished look. Let me know what you think. I think this is really pretty. I am happy that I did play with this. It is actually really pretty. It's soft and if I had a lavender lip, I don't know if it would work, but I feel like it would just go with the flow. I'm gonna have to apply probably a lavender highlighter. I might use this shade though, we'll see. But I really like this. I think it's super pretty. Definitely let me know down below what you think. Please subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.